Hi, Becky. How you going? How is everyone? Sorry, I'm just bashing my elbow. Ow. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday morning. Yay! Here in Australia. Congratulations on getting to the end of the week. And if you're in the US or the UK, shh, I won't tell anyone. You can pretend it's Friday. How's that? I'll give it to you. So, what I thought I'd do today is chat about why I love live streaming. Today racks up my 50th day on Blab. And yeah, I know I'm on Periscope, not on Blab. And if you haven't heard about Blab, go to blab.im. Seriously, it takes periscoping, meerkatting, my-eyeing, whatever live streaming app you want to use to a whole other level. It's absolutely, it's by 4. Multiply it by 4. I've heard it referred to as Periscope on speed, and it really is. But I suppose it's a matter of the fact that I'm female. You get another 3 females in a room, and oh my God, anything can happen and anything is discussed. So I'll talk about that later. So what I wanted to talk to you today is about why I love live streaming. And I got onto Periscope back in May, end of May. So I've been around for, 3 months now. It's a bit scary. It's been such an interesting ride to jump on and to be a part of. And, oh my goodness, the changes not just in myself, but in my business and in my connections has been amazing. And I really wanted to jump on and discuss it with you guys because I know that, let's face it, Periscope is still new. It was released in April, and people still aren't on it, or they're coming onto it and all of that kind of stuff. And that's the reason why people say, tweet, either, swipe right for Android, right for iOS, up for Android, or what I normally say is tap on the little Perryman in the corner and share it out to Twitter. Because what the benefit I see for me and for my business is that is the connections that I've made. That's the first one. So from being on live streaming, I have gained 3 joint ventures. My goodness, I'm losing track. 3 joint ventures, 1 social media client, and exposure to so many people. It's not funny. People who have adopted live streaming and embraced it and use it regularly. Don't be so surprised if you realize they're actually not extroverted. They're actually introverted. Because the benefit is that if I showed you the rest of the room, I'm actually the only person in the house. I'm talking to a screen. I can see that there are 4 people in here. There are probably more than that if I swipe up. There's 1 live viewer, but that's okay. I know that the stats can lie. But, the fact of the matter is I'm just chatting to myself for all intents and purposes. I've got the video, my camera here, and I'm chatting. So if you're introverted, don't be too anxious. I've often said, look, you know what? If you want to start a Periscope, follow me and invite me to it. I'm quite happy to sit here and do a private scope with people. In fact, my first 2 scopes were actually private scopes with a friend here in Adelaide. And it's a great way to start out. But the other benefits, so other than the monetary and business benefits that I have from actually live streaming, the other one that I have is personal. If you went back and you saw my first live streams, oh my goodness, I was such a nervous wreck. I was very uptight, I was very scripted, very robotic, all of those kinds of things. Now, It's very off the cuff. And that's transitioned through to my off-screen life as well, where I am more forthright and not necessarily opinionated. I've always had an opinion, but I've learnt how to hold an opinion and when to put an opinion out a little bit further, and that's the benefit of doing this, of doing periscoping and live streaming. Because I've learnt so much about myself, and I've learnt to become more comfortable with myself and talking to, potentially no one, but that's okay. So the growth that I've seen in myself has just been massive. And the next one's friends. I've made friends through Periscope. Last night I sat on Blab for more hours than I care to admit, discussing so many different things. Let's just say you get 4 women, like I said, 4 women in a room, some wine, anything happens. And it's so much fun. It is so much fun. It's like having a whole heap of girlfriends on tap that you can go to and you can chat with. And guys, look, it's exactly the same. We were running opposing blabs with a group of guys that we know, and they were having just as much fun as we were. So yeah, it's the friendship, and it's, as a sole business owner, the fact that I can reach out to people and I can be in face-to-face contact with people and not even leave my house is fantastic. And I've seen this on Blab with people with disabilities, the fact that they can actually chat and what they call digitally eyeball someone. Hey, Becky, jump back on. Means that they feel less isolated. So it's great for people in rural and remote areas. It's fabulous for people with disabilities. It's fabulous for people with social anxiety, to be able to get out and to communicate people but still stay within a safe environment. And speaking of safe, what I've got to say is that the issue of trolling really isn't, while it does exist, I cannot say that it doesn't exist. The community around this, because it is still relatively small, and it's not so relatively mainstream, the sense of community around live streaming is quite strong, and it is not tolerated. Trolling is not tolerated. So, and there's a very strong sense of ethics within these live streaming communities. So please be mindful of that and not overly concerned with how you'll be treated, because generally in 50 days on Blab, I've been trolled once. And I'm generally on for a few hours, not necessarily running my own blabs, but participating in others, a few hours a day, that is. And on Periscope, I've blocked 4 people. Now, whether that's because I don't have a high enough profile or what, or I'm not the kind of person that people would troll, I don't know. But I've just got to say it does exist, but it's not tolerated. So please don't be overly concerned. So what I would like to do is encourage you guys, if you're sitting there and going, I don't know, please bear in mind the growth that I have seen, not just in my business, but in myself, and that's worth more than the growth that I've had in my business. Since I've taken up live streaming, that growth has been invaluable. So that's what I wanted to leave you guys with. I did put a link in the title of this. It is to a training program that I've helped develop because of the amount of time. Hey, Joey. Because of the amount of time that I've spent on Blab. So I have established it. If you want to have a look at my Twitter profile, and you'll see the link, learntolivestream.com, and that will send you through to the training for Blab in particular, and I'm developing one for periscoping as well, because I really believe in the social and business benefits of live streaming. And if you want to discuss that with me, I'm quite happy to have a Twitter conversation with you, or set up a Blab, invite me to the Blab, or a Periscope. So I'm going to go run. I've got a coffee waiting for me. So wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your day, and have a great weekend. Thanks for dropping in. Bye.